Hey there, welcome back to another video. This time around, it is yet another installment of Physical Media Madness. And as usual, I'm turning this in at the midnight hour, so to speak. There's a reason for that, for this month's installment. Just like before, I was waiting for something to ship in the mail, so that's why we are at this point where it's pretty much to the point where October is over, and here I'm uploading the October edition. Um, but like with all of the other Physical Media Madness episodes, I'm going to be showing you some new additions to my collection of physical media, and then sharing my thoughts on some upcoming releases on 4K and Blu-ray. So I'm going to start out with this. This is the ALF Deluxe Edition Complete Series DVD set from Shell Factory. I pre-ordered this a while back because I was curious about this show. I know a lot of people like the show, including a good friend of mine, Matt, Rambo Rat for Life, so I wanted to give this show a fair chance. And this is the best possible way to have this show on home video right now. Yeah, it's not Blu-ray, but it's a show that really isn't going to have a HD remaster or anything. So, got the DVD. It even comes with this booklet that has like some information and stuff like that, an episode guide. It has both Alf the Animated Series and Alf Tales, and also has some bonus features which include the movie Project Alf. I think it was a TV movie. And then it also includes some special features like some interviews and some stuff like that. I did check out just briefly to see what the episodes look like, and I think they look pretty good. And they're uncut. They're not the syndicated versions, which were the ones that were previously on uh, DVD. But speaking of 80s shows, I also got the A Team, the complete series. This is a release from Universal. Um, and there's not really much in terms of bonus features, just like a interview with Stephen J. Cannell, and that's about it. It has all 5 seasons. I took a chance on this, got it from Amazon Warehouse for really cheap. The listing said that one of the discs was scratched, or they said that all of them were scratched, but they weren't. It was just one disc, and it seems like it's been playing okay. And that's season 2. Here's season 1. That's the disc that apparently was scratched. Was the first disc of season 1. But go back and order. There is season 2, and then here is season 3. And the reason why I decided to get it is because I'm curious about the show. Also, it was a good deal. There's season 4. It was only like $38, which is way cheaper than it normally goes for. And none of the other discs were scratched or had any issues. So the A Team, keeping the box set train rolling with Arrow Video's limited edition collector set of the Psycho films in 4K. This is a really nice looking set. Like, Arrow is knocking it out of the park with these sets as of late. I definitely do prefer Psycho 2 and 3 more than the first movie. But the only way to get Psycho 2 and 3 in 4K was to get the set, so that's why I got the set. I also like this cover art. I really like this new cover art that they did for this set. Normally, I would go with the reversible sleeves, or not sleeves, but the reversible cover art with the original poster art. But I really like this, so I'm just gonna leave it as is. And it also has a booklet with like essays and photos and stuff like that. That's exclusive to this limited edition set. And as with a lot of these other Arrow sets, it says not to be sold separately. So there's no guarantee that it's going to actually be sold separately in terms of the individual releases. So It's one of those things where kind of got to strike while you can, and I got a good deal on it because I had some coupons that I could use for Arrow Video, so I decided to use that to get that, as well as a few others like Waterworld, upgraded to the 4K set. I only had the Blu-ray set previously, and I sold that to a record shop and got some cash for it, and yeah, pretty much. Honestly, you count the trade-in sort of thing, I didn't really pay much at all for that. And got some more titles as well, like RoboDoc. Yes, RoboDoc. It's finally here in some format. I wish that it was the full documentary and not just the one on the first movie, but it is what it is. I still haven't watched it yet, but I do only have the release with one disc. And the reason why that's problematic, to say the least, is that it's supposed to have 2 discs and it only has one because Screambox fucked up and didn't release the documentary with the second disc. So they recalled this release already. They recalled the steelbooks that were supposed to come out and be released through Walmart. And I guess they're working on getting the second disc available in a new release. And I'm like, okay, what about the people that bought the release that doesn't have the second disc? Oh, are we just supposed to just, get fucked? Like, what are we gonna? Is there a replacement disc program? Is there a way for us to get the second disc? Like, what is up with it? It's just nothing but fucking trouble with this release. They should have taken RoboCop's advice and stayed out of fucking trouble. Just so much trouble with RoboDoc. Takes almost a decade for it to come out in any sort of form. When it does come out, it's not even the entire documentary. It's only the documentary on the first movie. Now we have to wait another year or more for any documentaries to come out, if they actually do, on the second film and the third one and the TV series. So, just a clusterfuck. Just total clusterfuck of a release. Got some more 4Ks for the collection. Got some good used deals recently from a local shop. So I decided to pick up Charlie's Angels for the collection. Guilty pleasure of mine. I actually legitimately have fun with that one. Picked this up as well because I do like Snake Eyes. I know it came and went and theaters didn't really do much of anything. This is where I think Hasbro, they were trying to set up their own cinematic universe again, and it just went nowhere. But it was $5. A $5 4K. Like, I'm not gonna turn that down. That's a killer deal, and that's the only reason why I also got Scoob. But also because I was kind of curious about this, because I do like Scooby Doo, and a 4K is definitely worth it for $5. And then I also picked this one up. I saw this in the theater when it came out, and I really enjoyed it. So wanted to get that in 4K. The rest of these are just random Blu-rays. Orphan, really like this film. This film is a classic. This film is great. I haven't seen the prequel yet. I've heard it's not that great, which I'm not surprised. But I still want to see it one of these days. Deliver Us from Evil, another great film to me, another underrated gem. I mean, Orphan at least has a cult following. This one doesn't get nearly enough credit. Instead of sitting through dog shit like Exorcist Believer, watch this. Check this one out instead. Watch Deliver Us from Evil. Trust me, you'll have a much better time. Also got Bone Tomahawk for the Kurt Russell collection. Heard some good things about it, so I decided to pick that up. And we have Valentine. This is the collector's edition from Scream Factory. It was only like $12. You can't get that good of a deal even from Scream Factory themselves during a sale. Then I got this Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I should have checked it. It doesn't have the Blu-ray. It only has the DVD, which is disappointing. But it was only a little over $1, so the DVD still looks fine. Got this for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre collection, Leatherface, the prequel. Just trying to complete my collection. That's what I'm doing. And I also got Terminator, Sarah Connor Chronicles, the second season on Blu-ray. I only had it on DVD, and it was like a rental copy and was beat up. And this one actually is a little hard to find nowadays. This was in good shape and was very affordable compared to other prices online. And since I'm such a completionist, I already ordered season 1. It's coming on it's coming from eBay. And then I got the right stuff. This is the out of print media book release from Warner Brothers. And this film had been on my wish list for a while, and I paid $9.99 for it, which is the same amount of money for the cheaper release that doesn't have the media book case. And then I got some more Arrow Video stuff because decided to make a bulk order with the Psycho collection. So I got Sister Street Fighter. And speaking of Street Fighter, also got the Street Fighter trilogy, the Arrow Video release instead of the Shout Factory release. It's region locked, but if you have a region free player, it's not a problem. And it actually has new restorations of the films compared to the Scream Factory release. And speaking of Arrow, yes, I did get it. Hellraiser, the Quartet of Torment. This is the Hellraiser 4K box set from Arrow Video. I sold my other Blu-ray set that I'd had for a while, the Scarlet box, and to get this. So that's what the interior case looks like. Forgive the glare. That's just how it is at the lighting setup that I have right now. And this glares even more because of the shiny slip case. Because that's what this is. This is a slip case actually. It's really cool. So you see it like this, and then you just pull it up, and then it's a skull. It's a white skull with all this blood. And then of course the back there with "I'm in hell, help me." And then it's got all that, we have such sights to show you. And then all the discs are in here. Apparently my cat Olympus is also super excited about it. He's like, "Oh my god, that Hellraiser set is so cool." There's one that's like a Chatterer set as well, but that was exclusive only to Arrow and their website. I decided to just go with the Hellraiser set that has Pinhead because that's just what I prefer. And then you got some more cool looking artwork here with the color scheme that I honestly I think it's intentional that it's kind of British flag, kind of like a British flag, and since these films are kind of British horror movies, not kind of, a lot of ways they are. So yeah, that's the Hellraiser Quartet of Torment 4K set. This is a really, really good release from Arrow. And then I got some more DVDs here. Just gonna do a speed run through them. So we've got Gridlocked with Tim Roth and Tupac. I got American Nightmares from Rusty Cundiff and Darren Scott with Danny Trejo. So I like horror anthologies. Probably not that great, but for $1.25, I'll give it a shot. Got this. This was a pretty good deal. This is only like $8, and the reason why it's a good deal is because this is the unrated version of this film, and this version is harder to find than the regular rated version. And I actually had not seen the unrated version anywhere until I found it at a local shop. Um, got this for the collection. Sick Girl. It was like pretty cheap, and I had some credit at a store. It looked interesting, so I decided to get it. Also got this for the same reason, Cyst, and this Boogeyman, the Killer compilation. I mentioned this in my review of The Guardian, and decided to get my hands on a copy of it. Mainly, for a bit of nostalgia, just to check out the special or the compilation again, and then uh, really to listen to the audio commentary by Robert Englund. Then I also got this True Stories. As you can see, the price tag still on there. It was $2. Thought it looked kind of interesting. Hadn't really heard a whole lot about it. David Byrne directed it, who from Talking Heads. It also has John Goodman in it, Susie Kurtz. Um, yeah, it's one of those films where definitely looked interesting. I heard some good things about it too. I know there's a Blu-ray from Criterion, but I'd never seen the film, so I decided to just grab the DVD for cheap. Speaking of cheap, got a really good deal on this set. It was only $18, less than $20, and it's the complete series of WKRP in Cincinnati. This is a release from Shout Factory. So you've got season 1 and season 2, 3, 4, and a bonus disc with bonus features. So yeah, I thought that was a killer deal. And got some good deals on these as well. Threshold, the complete series. I mainly picked this one up and Invasion because they were mentioned in a video by Good Bad Flicks. He was talking about forgotten sci-fi shows, and these two were mentioned and recommended them, so I decided to pick them up. So thanks, Cecil. And then I also got this. This is Babylon 5, the movie collection, because apparently these movies, other than The Gathering, I think, are not going to be on the upcoming Blu-ray release. So I decided to get the movie collection. It was pretty cheap too, so didn't necessarily break the bank. So that's it for the new additions to the collection. Apparently, my cat is just going off the wall. He is so excited. He's going mad. He's going mad for all this physical media. I feel you. I feel you because I'm bouncing off the walls. I'm jumping off the walls with some of these announcements. In particular, Arrow Video coming in with what could honestly be one of the best releases of 2024 in Conan the Barbarian, the original 1982 classic by John Milius starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. And it's finally going to be coming out with the original theatrical cut, with the original audio mix, and it's going to be in 4K. It's going to have a ton of features, and it's going to have 3 different cuts of the movie. Just a killer announcement. I've been waiting for a 4K or just a collector's edition of Conan for years. So that's one that I'm really, really excited for. Conan the Destroyer is also coming out. They're also doing Conan the Destroyer, and they're doing that in 4K. Arrow is copying the recent trend, though, where they're not including the Blu-ray copy in the 4K set, which is, I think, is kind of lame and disappointing. So if you buy the 4K, you're only getting the 4K And you're not going to get the Blu-ray. If you want the Blu-ray, you have to buy the Blu-ray separately. The Blu-ray will be cheaper, but you're still not going to get the combo pack, which makes the 4K set's price a little less understandable, considering the fact that you're not paying for extra Blu-ray discs. But that's just me. I'm still really excited. I'm still really pumped about it, especially Conan the Barbarian, because I'm not a super big fan of Destroyer, but I still want to get that for the collection and to get the 4K. Because I mean, why not? It's still Conan with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and there's features on it that I'm curious about. Arrow's also releasing the Conan Chronicles. I think that's what it's called, or something like that. And it's got both of the Conan films in a box set. But it doesn't seem like there's anything really exclusive other than maybe I think like a booklet or something. But that's and like the usual sort of stuff that comes with those limited edition sets, like lobby cards and all that other stuff. But um if you decide to skip that set, you can buy them separately and get the same discs. There's not like any exclusives or anything like that, disc wise. Arrow's also releasing a Carrie, the Brian De Palma film in 4K for the UK market. If you're curious about that, if you are in the UK and don't have the Shout Factory release, or or just prefer Arrow over Scream Factory. And Kino Lorber, they're going to be coming out with Target with Gene Hackman. They also did announce that they're going to be doing Mimic, the Guillermo del Toro film, sometime next year. And that's definitely something to keep an eye on. Although that doesn't necessarily mean that they're actually going to be releasing it, because you know how it is with Arrow sometimes. I mean, not Arrow, but Kino Lorber. Arrow too. So, I mean, they've made little announcements where they've mentioned or dropped hints about certain titles like The Frighteners, and then nothing ever comes of it. So they're also kind of guilty of that as well. Um, Jimmy Cammy is finally relenting, and one of his films that people have been waiting to see in 4K is hitting 4K this December in Titanic. Uh, I like the film, but I don't love it, and it's one of those movies where I'll get the 4K down the road, but I would have been way more thrilled if it was The Abyss. Like, if the announcement was The Abyss was the James Cameron film that's coming out in December, that would have made me really excited and really hyped. But Titanic, it's a meh. I'm hearing that The Abyss is still a done deal. It's still happening, and so is Aliens and True Lies. But until they actually do come out and there's a pre-order link, I don't, I don't buy it anymore, because I was hearing that it was supposed to come out earlier this year from an inside source in person, and that didn't happen. So I just don't trust it. I really don't. I don't trust it at all. Um Trying to think about anything else here. Oh yeah, the Boogans is getting a 4K from Kino Lorber. Um oh yeah, Super Mario Brothers. Umbrella Entertainment is doing a decked out collector's edition 4K or Blu-ray set of the 1993 video game movie cult classic Super Mario Brothers. And normally I don't spend nearly $100 on just one movie and one set for one film, but I did it for Super Mario Brothers with the pre-order because I admit it, folks. I am a fan of that movie. I really do enjoy me some Super Mario Brothers. It's in my top five of favorite video game movie adaptations. Love it so much, apparently my voice is dying. Go figure. But yeah, that release looks really cool. With the exclusive slipcovers and the hard case, all of the extra stuff. And normally I don't really care about any of that, but there's an over 200-page book that's hardcover and has interviews with cast and crew and uh, artwork when it comes to the concepts for the film and the designs and things like that. And I've been wanting something like that connects to that movie for a long time. And since it's a hardcover book, like that's the kind of thing that just on its own would probably be worth like 25, maybe $30. And the 4K is just the icing on the cake. I know some people think that that's ridiculous that Umbrella Entertainment is doing all this with the Super Mario Brothers, but I'm all for it. I'm fine with that because that movie is fun and it's unique and I love it. So yeah, I did it. It's coming out in January, so January is going to be a really exciting, fun month for me as a physical media collector because you got the Conan 4Ks, and then you also have the Super Mario Brothers 4K set from Umbrella. Now, Scream Factory hasn't officially announced this yet, but I'll just talk about it here after I talk about a couple more that I'm looking at here on Dawn of the Discs. The Man Who Wasn't There, Kino Lorber's doing it in December, and they're releasing the 3D version. It's a film that's pretty lesser known, starring Steve Guttenberg as an Invisible Man. That's one that I've been wanting to see get a DVD or a Blu-ray for a while now, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. But I would say I am more looking forward to Young Guns. Finally, Lionsgate is doing Young Guns in 4K. I heard that there was going to be 4K of the sequel too, but I haven't really heard anything about that yet. But the first film, which is, in my opinion, undoubtedly and undeniably the better film of the two, is getting a 4K release. And Young Guns has been in dire need of a re-release and a remaster for years. So that one I really cannot wait to see once it comes out. It comes out in December. Like, I'm more excited about that than I am Titanic. And I'm more excited about other releases too, like The Warriors. Yeah, Walter Hill's classic The Warriors is getting an Arrow Video Blu-ray in 4K. Uh, Separate releases. You can buy the Blu-ray separately. I think the Blu-ray is like $34.99 right now to pre-order on Amazon, which is a pretty good deal. The 4K is a lot more expensive though. And it's a box set that has the theatrical cut of The Warriors, as well as the director's cut, and a ton of features. So if you're a fan of that film, that's definitely a release to keep an eye on if you haven't already. In terms of anything else, I mean, The Fugitive, Harrison Ford thriller, that's getting a 4K release from Warner Brothers. Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, Scream Factory, they had their January slate leaked recently to the internet. And it's a mixed bag for me. For one of the titles is Thinner, a collector's edition of Thinner. It's like, really? A collector's edition of Stephen King's Thinner. Like, that is a waste of money, if you ask me. Like, yeah, all of film's release was bare bones, but that's what it deserves because it's fucking Thinner. That film sucks. So yeah, wasting space with the collector's edition of that movie is just baffling to me. But Scream Factory did also mention Funeral Home, which I'm really looking forward to because that film has never gotten the proper treatment on DVD. It's just been a VHS rip that's just lazily put on a disc. So here it's got the Blu-ray remaster. It's actually, I think, a 2K remaster or something like that, based on an actual print of the film. So it's going to be like the best the movie has ever looked on any format since it was ever released on home video. So that's one I'm definitely uh, curious about, and I will definitely pick up in the future. But Thinner, like really? And there's like a few others, and I'm like, Jennifer 8, like that movie's not terrible, but I'm like, that doesn't really move the needle for me. That doesn't get me excited. So yeah, Scream Factory's January slate is nowhere near as exciting or as bombastic as Arrow Video's Conan release, for instance. But it's got some stuff that I think will be worthwhile. Funeral Home is the big standout for me. But yeah, that's it. That's this month's installment of Physical Media Madness. It was a bit short, but I didn't get as many things. Like I still got a good chunk of stuff and some good deals and some good titles, but no, I didn't really like get nearly as many as I've done in years past, um, or in other videos that I've done. But you know, I'm trying to cut back a little bit, so that's kind of what happens sometimes. But anyway, thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll see you later. See ya.